So I thought you might like to see this scarf that I've made, and just made with that spare bit of fabric. I'm going to make a scarf, and what I'm just using lots of bits of fabric. Excuse the state of me. I've got my fleece on and a scarf. I don't know, with this cold weather, it's not that cold, it's about 3 degrees, but I just don't feel like coming in here at the moment. I've got the heater on, so it is warming the place up. But basically, I've taken this piece of fabric and I've cut it into a rectangle. It's something that I had left, and that actual edge is a selvage, but you could have it a cross grain if you wanted to. It just happened to be, it was just a piece that I had left, and I've cut all the odd bits off like that, and I've got a rectangle, and there's my rectangle. Now what I'm going to do is, I haven't, no particular width or length, it just happens to be a piece that I have, and just so you can see what the width is of this one, it's basically, my arms are bent sort of, and it's basically that width. It's going to be a scarf, right? But it's going to be a slightly different scarf. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to keep one end, this end, or that end, but I'll say this end. I'm going to keep that square. So what I'm going to be doing is sewing down right sides together. I'm going to sew down this side. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut the fabric till I end up with a kind of a point here. So it's going to be like a triangle. Don't forget this is on the fold. So I'm going to cut it so it's like a triangle, and I'll let you see what it looks like. So what I've done is I've decided to leave a bit of drop on that end, but I've cut a little triangle out of it. Can you see what I've done? I was going to make it more tapered, but I've changed my mind. So basically, I've got this little triangle at this end, and I've got it squared at that end. If I open it out, you will see that it looks like this. It looks like that. It's wide there, and then if I go down, it tapers. So what I'm going to do first is right sides together. Well, this hat doesn't have a right side or a wrong side, but right sides together, and I'm going to sew. I'm going to go down this piece, then along the bottom, going all the way along, leaving a little gap about here so I can turn it inside out. I'm going to go along there and then up, and then I'm going to turn it the right way round. So I have sewn along here. You can see this is the wrong side. I've still got that there. So I've sewn along the bottom edge. This is where my opening is. But what I've done here, this is about a hand's width. On one side this is on the wrong side, I have put some interfacing. Some iron-on interfacing, and you'll see why in a minute. I'm now going to turn it round the right way. It's on a fold, so that fabric there is on the fold, and basically I've sewn it and I've turned it inside out. I've still got to sew this little opening up, and then I'm left with a long kind of scarfy type thing like this, which goes narrow. So what we've got now is I've got this little piece of fabric. I'm going to sew up that hole, and then I'm going to do some buttonholes, and the buttonholes are going to be about in this position, and I'm going to do about 6 buttonholes down there, and I'll show you what I mean. So I've just done a little mark there, which indicates for me that this is halfway from that end to there and from that end to there, and then I'm going to do 3 buttonholes on this side and 3 on this side. So these are the positions of my buttonholes where I'm going to have them, and now I need to do them. And I'm going to set my buttonholer to the largest length, like that. Pull that out and make it the largest length. If you don't have a machine that does buttonholes, just make your buttonholes about
if you don't have a buttonhole, you basically want your buttonholes to be about 2.5 to 3 centimeters long. So I now have buttonholes along here, and I'm going to cut them, and then I shall show you what they are like. So I'm not really wearing the right clothes for this, but just to let you see what it's like. I have the narrow end there, and I have the buttonholes on the other end. So I put it round me so that the narrow end is on my right and the buttonholes are on my left, simply because I'm right-handed. And then I start to feed this through the buttonholes, through the top one, in the top one. And it's going to be a bit awkward because the fabric is embroidered. It's actually a sari that that was my mother-in-law's, and I've already made it into a scarf, and this is a different type of scarf. This lovely orange, I don't know why, but I'm finding that because I've got grey hair, orange goes lovely with my grey hair. So at least I think it does. You might say no, but it goes in and out like this till I come to the last one there, up there, and then I just pull it so that it balances out like this. I'm gonna have to look in the mirror to make sure it's just the way I want it. There you go. And then I've got a little scarf from some fabric that I've made. And when you're wearing, if I was wearing a black jumper, which I'm not, it would really be very flattering. Let's see if I can show you. So I've actually just turned my cardigan around to let you see, but this is what it looks like with an orange against the black, and it looks lovely, really nice. It acts, if you're a person who likes black, because of course you know that black is slimming, then this adds a bit of colour to a black. So you're not just a boring old black widow type of woman, but it just adds a little bit of sparkle to it. And you've got this little pattern here, so you don't have to worry about it. It stays like that all the time, unless you're using silky fabrics. If you're using silky fabrics, you may need to put a little pin behind it to stop it from sliding down. This is a very big scarf, like a sari, what do you call them, where they wrap round when you're on the beach. I bought it in a thrift shop or a charity shop, see-through, and much as I love it, it's too big. Putting it round my neck is just, I don't know, I'd have to go round 2 or 3 times before it goes round, and it feels it's too big. So I'm going to do the same as I've done with the other ones. I'm going to make a smaller scarf from it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to basically put it in half. So it's going to be half, and then I'm going to cut along the fold there, and then I'm going to cut it again down there. So I will end up with 4 pieces. That's 1, that's 2, and then the 2 on the inside will be 3 and 4. So basically 2 are going to look like this side and 2 are going to look like that side. So it'll look different, because that's like a black and white type of pattern, and this is like a florally type of pattern, a bit more colour to it. And here is the other one. This is the one with the zigzag part to it, and it threads through the same way as the other ones. See it there? Threads through, and I can have it going like that. Now this green top is, you can't really see it because they've got a green top underneath, but there you can see there. You've got the pointy bit there. It needs a good press, but that's what it looks like. And I don't need to take it completely off, because I can just slip it over my head, and you can see there that it goes through the fabric, through those buttonholes, and there's the back view, and this is the front view through the buttonholes. There we go. I could even wear it that way, couldn't I? Could I have it like that? Pull that like that. There we go. And this is the other one. If you see, the one I've already done has a lot of black and white to it. It has, well, black and black and creamy colour. It's like a beigey colour. And this one has a lot of green to it, so I've threaded it through like that, and as I say, put it on. I'll have to look at it here through the mirror, and there we have yet another scarf. So I've got the black and white scarf like that, and I've got this one here, and I've got two more which I can give as gifts for Christmas, next Christmas.